Good evening and welcome
You
in
are now
to
listening to
Kimbology, featuring the RickDog Network. We'll be live in just a few moments. We'll give it a few moments here on the starting soon screen. We'll get it going. Thank you so much for tuning in.
You are now listening to Kimbology.
Kimbo, aka the traveling chafing queen.
Sexy sustainability.
Meditate, masturbate, medicate.
You are now listening to Kimbology.
Kimbo, aka the traveling chafing queen.
Sexy sustainability.
Meditate, masturbate, medicate.
You are now listening to Kimbology.
Kimbo, aka the traveling chafing queen.
Sexy sustainability.
Meditate, masturbate, medicate.
Good G, we're going live. We're live.
You are now
We're
listening to
audio's
Kimbology.
live. We'll go live in just
Kimbo, aka
about
the traveling
10
chafing
seconds here.
Sexy sustainability.
Meditate,
Six,
masturbate, medicate.
4, 3, 2, we're going live. Ready? Here we go.
Hello, everyone out there. Welcome back to another episode of Kimbology. It's your girl, Kimbo here, and producer Rick is right next to me, and he's telling me to hold on. Are we frozen?
We are frozen. I don't think it worked.
Want to do it again?
I don't know what's going on. I think they could hear us. I don't think they could see.
See, yeah, the feed doesn't seem like it's live.
Let me see if I could try a quick fix. Do what I do real quick.
Bear with us, y'all. We're having some technical difficulties.
See if I can go one of those. Oh, I did it. I think I fixed it. Hey, we're here. We're back.
We are back.
Sorry about that.
Hello, everyone out there. Welcome back to another episode of Kimbology. It's your girl, Kimbo here, a.k.a. twerking on your daddy's couch or stage. Come on. And I have producer Rick as my guest today, y'all.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
RickDog Network is in the building.
The RickDog Network, a.k.a.
Yes.
Rick Tani. I know that's all I know. I always freeze up when it's a.k.a.
Rick Tani?
Rick Tani, the freaking Puerto Rican.
The Puerto Rican unicorn.
Puerto Rican unicorn.
There you
That's
go.
a good one.
That was the one I made for you.
Sticky Ricky is what they call me. And I don't know. That's all I got.
Those are
AKA.
great. Those are better than mine.
No, they're not. No.
You like twerking on your dad? Well, I like traveling chafing queen has been like the popular one. They love that I'm the traveling chafing queen. Well, guys, we have made it back to the studio. Okay, so we have taken a little break. So I'm sure we're gonna see, us having to build our way back up again. But honestly, this break that we took was much needed, I think. And what better way to come back at the end of 2023 to recap it, to finish it off, to talk about the highs and lows of this year. Obviously, we're going to go ahead and speak it from the lens of RickDog and Kimbo. Yes. So we're going to be talking about our own current events in our lives that we know, milestones and things. But I think it would be a great way to reflect on the year, because it's just so easy to kind of get enveloped with like just all the like chaos that's happening around us. But I was just even scrolling through my photos, and I was like, yo, we had a really great fucking year. Even though it seems like for me at least personally, but because there's just so much, I looked back and I was like, what? So we're going to take this time to reflect on 2023. Are you excited, RickDog?
I'm excited. I'm excited to be on Kimbology. That was a great. Your intro is better than my intro. I panicked in the beginning and threw some of it, but yeah, I'm ready to reflect. And yeah, you know what? I'm doing it kind of just winging it. I didn't even expect to get all this stuff up and running. I think we're
guys. I've been like hinting to the our audience on like Instagram and on our, because we have a little podcast channel, and then I was just like, hey guys, we're gonna get back to recording. I told them we're gonna go live this Saturday. I just said it in I went live on, it was on my stories. So but I wanted to just kind of put that out there because so we can hold ourselves accountable. But Ricky was like, are we still going to it? I was like, I would love to, you know. So guys, as you folks out there, if you don't know, you know, this is us. Like we're doing all this, you know, mainly Ricky when it comes to all the like technical support. And then I'm pretty much like producing, doing research and finding the stuff. And then we're also the talent, you know. This is my show, but Ricky has his own show that he is actually like he does it almost. When he's off, he's doing on it like every morning. So so check out the RickDog Network where you can, what are you currently playing right now?
What am I? Oh God, I had a long week. I played a lot of stuff. I have the RickDog Network. I'm out every morning here during the holidays. I call myself the Holiday Warrior.
The Holiday Warrior, I love that.
Instead of the Weekend Warrior, which I've been. I played a lot of hockey, a lot of football, a lot of basketball, but those games I'm starting to get tired of. So I got a little wrestling in there because people.
Wrestling.
Yeah, like WWE, old school. I don't know, because it's a very good game to be creative and have your own show and have your own, and you know, so if you have a very creative mind, you could put on a show for people there. That's fun. And then I played old school Grand Theft Auto 5. We did that today as some like role playing, and it's kind of fun. It's interesting where you just kind of, I'm the Rick Dog, you kind of watch me drive around and fly around and gang bang and stuff like that. It's good shit. It's interesting.
I still think
it's different. I don't know what people are asking for different games. So
I still think you should play Stray.
Oh, the cat game?
Yeah, I still think you should play Stray. I think that'd be so cute. Stray is like that cute like adventure kitty game.
Yeah.
It actually won an award and everything. So
it's a really good game.
It's a really good game.
I just don't know how it would transfer over to the people that my crowd base, my fan base. So I tried the last couple days. I tried the 2 different games and it hit pretty well.
Yeah.
Like it's just, sometimes you got to try new games to get more fans in or more people in. If not, you're just dealing with the same people over.
Right.
So that's why I kind of tried Grand Theft Auto. These are games that I played, old games that I'm really good at, and I'm bringing them back up. And you know what? People actually enjoyed it today. So that's what I brought.
Well, I mean, Ricky, you have like loyal fans for your game. You know, it's really cute because I've been watching him work really hard on his show, and so he has his tribe, you know.
Yes.
Slowly but surely, you know, there's a tribe out there. So I'm doing the same. I'm trying to find my tribe. So if you guys enjoyed today's content, you know, whether you're watching us on TikTok live, or you're watching us on YouTube. Are we multi-streaming today?
We are multi-streaming. Yes.
So yes, it could be
blue, red, and you could actually say it now because it's not illegal.
Okay, bet.
So yeah, we're on Twitch, we're on YouTube.
Okay.
And Facebook, and then you got your TikTok going. I'm still complaining.
I do have TikTok.
And I still haven't got a streamer's tag, whatever thingy.
Oh yeah, we gotta look back into that because that was like a whole thing on how to like get into it. But we're really excited to be here, and let's start to review, shall we?
I'm ready.
So I basically just kind of, as a guide, I just like wrote down, you know, just like each month. But I also wanted to like, in a sense, see if.
Oh no. Sorry.
Rick Dog is over here. Rick Dogging it. He's like,
I don't know how to use
bear with me, y'all. No, but when it comes to the year, there were just some major events that I wanted to like speak on. And then also just events that just we had personally going on in our own lives and stuff.
Okay.
So,
I'm glad somebody took notes because I'm not ready. I'm winging
Ricky
it.
definitely just like winged it.
But I could do this.
I mean, like in the beginning of like this was like way January.
Who's Jan? I never met a Jan. Did you? Georgie. Oh, Jan. Oh,
You're
Jan.
like, who the hell is Jan? Who the fuck is Jan?
That's funny. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to be a smartass. Go ahead.
I know, you're like throwing me off now. Now I'm just over here like,
go back to Jan, beginning Jan.
God, I'm like totally thrown off. No, when it comes to January, I was like looking up like major events, but like I completely forgot because it happened like so in the early years. that one football player, Damar Hamlin.
Oh, yeah, Damar Hamlin.
Yeah, that was like a huge...
That happened this year? He got hurt?
It happened this year.
No
Isn't that
way.
crazy? Yeah. He collapsed on the field,
Well,
everyone.
Came back. You know that he came back and he's like playing again.
And he's playing?
Yeah.
How's he going?
I don't know. Well, he's not. He's back on the team and he's like practicing and he's not like, but he's like back into it. He's playing football.
But he's back in the...
Yeah,
okay.
he's doing amazing.
And he's doing great?
Yeah, that was...
Well, that's
crazy.
good, because that's what I was like...
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you can just really hope for, is that... Because it was scary. I remember that. It was like a really scary moment.
Oh, that's the scariest thing I've ever seen. And I guess it's one of those things you kind of block out. You know, especially as a former athlete, you never want to see something like that.
Yeah.
The fact that we were watching, we very rarely watch like Monday Night Football or something like that.
Right.
And in fact, I was like, I just threw the game on and then it happened. Well, I was like, man, I've never seen anything like this. So
I know, right?
I'm really happy to see that he's back and doing much better.
Is he still playing for the Buffalo Bills?
Yeah, for the Buffalo Bills, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because it was on January 2nd, so it happened like right in the beginning of the year.
Okay.
And that was kind of scary and everything. So yeah, that was like, I went through my notes and I was like, oh yeah, that happened. Then we just had a really crazy... Like, our year was really wild when it came to like politics. Not that it's like unusual, but we had like even more unusual activity with like the House Speaker, and then remember Kevin McCarthy, that like, you know, like the House, there was a whole like Kevin McCarthy was elected House Speaker in January, and then it took 15 ballots, and then yep, and then it was because he was nominated, then it was rejected again and again, and it was just this whole back and forth. And then finally, he was eventually forced out because he just didn't do a good job.
It's terrible.
He's like not good at his job. And after 3 weeks without a House Speaker and a number of failed candidates, Louisiana Rep Mike Johnson was elected as Mike Johnson. So that was just kind of one of those things that, you know, politics-wise, just to kind of stay on top of.
Oh yeah, it's been a circus all the way around.
It's been a complete circus.
I know. For me, there's a lot of times I've been really locked in with politics in my life, but as of late, because of stuff like that, I really have been trying to avoid it. But I understand it. But then even stuff like that, you still hear about the Speaker of the House and all the times it got rejected. And you're just like, oh man, here we go.
I know. It was like, I remember during that time I was like paying attention. I was like, wow, this is like unprecedented. So it was kind of a big deal. And then like, you know, shortly after that, you know, just like beginning of the year too, there was that, you know, and this obviously was because, you know, RickDog works in the film industry.
Oh yeah.
And so this was like also just one of those things, like it was jarring to, you know, to think about, because RickDog was on Chicago PD for years.
Yeah.
But remember that whole mishap, or that whole unfortunate accident, or allegedly accident, you know, like with Alec Baldwin.
About Rust? Yeah.
Yeah.
That was this year too?
That was, yeah. It was, well, he was charged for manslaughter this year.
Okay.
Yeah. When they were filming that show, the film Rust. Yeah, and unfortunately there was
people
the
killed, 80s were hurt and killed, and
yeah, the death of Hannah Hutchin. So yeah, but it was just one of those complete crazy things that just happened. And yeah, it was huge in the news for a while, and so that's when he was charged. But according to, you know, I'm just kind of like on just like the random news here, and just kind of getting some broad perspectives, and basically like it says that they could possibly, because the charges were dismissed, they say that in October they could possibly charge him again. So we'll see. I guess it's going to be like an ongoing.
That'll keep going for a little. They'll drag that out.
They'll drag it out. Yeah. So they're going to
get as much money out of him or as they can out of that. I don't know what's going on with it.
Yeah.
It's definitely a crazy situation, and it was something that it did affect people on set and the way that they handle weapons now, and the way I don't think we've used real ammo since then. Really? Yeah.
And you normally would.
Yeah, on PD we did all the time. Now I don't know if PD changed, but on the show that I work on, I'll always be very vague about that. They just, since that moment, there's different meetings, there's different safety protocol, there's different. You don't use live ammo for the most part. You use some sort of blanks or cap guns that you would use kind of when you were like a little kid and stuff like that. So yeah, it's changed, and it's a lot of it now is done CGI or just kind of
AI, right?
So you get a small bang on set, and then with the computers, they'll muzzle it in or something like that. So yeah, things
Okay.
have changed.
So things have changed from that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that changed the game.
Yeah.
changer.
So, but on another note, Brianna did the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah,
this year. So that was
too?
awesome. Yeah, that was this year too. So that was a whole moment because the one the Navy, her stands.
Oh yeah.
We all got her gear. I was even wearing her Rihanna Super Bowl shirt the other day.
Yeah.
So that was a whole moment. That was early.
It was great.
Yeah, that was the Super Bowl. So, and then this Super Bowl that's coming up, is it Usher? Or am I mistaken? Isn't Usher doing the Super Bowl?
Know. I'm not even sure. I think it may be.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Usher that's doing the Super Bowl this year, which is going to be really amazing. Can you imagine? It's Usher.
Oh, fantastic.
It's going to be insane. It's going to be incredible because it's freaking Usher.
I'm a big fan of Usher, so I feel like he'll put on a great show.
Oh, my God. Yeah, he just finished his residency in Vegas, so...
It's gonna be interesting to see how it hits, and everybody's got an opinion on Super Bowl halftime performer, or I don't know. We'll see. I don't know how Usher will be.
You love Usher's music.
I personally, but how does everybody else?
A lot of people love Usher. I'd say a lot of people are excited.
I feel like there's a lot of haters out there
with Usher.
Yep.
Are you a hater for Usher?
I just said I wasn't. I'm a fan. I'm just saying that. A lot of times when I like people don't like them.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, whatever. No, Usher's a legend and legendary.
We're going to talk about this at next year's recap.
Yeah, we will. That'll be really fun. On another note, I got laid off from my cannabis job also this year. Okay. And which catapulted me into focusing a lot of my attention on my personal brand Kimbology, and got some pretty big milestones with my brand, which I was really proud of. And it wasn't until I went back and looked back at the year and was like, holy shit, I formulated Cultivate with Kimbo. We did our first for Medicate March. We did our first in-person workshop where I was teaching the queer community and women how to cultivate and grow their own cannabis, which was really fun. And I teamed up with Amanda Does Pot in March and did that for Women's History Month. So that was wonderful. And then, I did it back again in, I believe that was August during, Croptober. It was October.
There were some good ones. I know.
Yeah. So for the harvest season. So I did like a spring and a harvest, and then so I did it twice a year. Yeah. Which I like that cadence because it makes sense with the growing periods of getting your seeds ready, starting your grow, and then at the end harvesting and knowing what to do with that. So
yeah, absolutely. It was everything that you did outside, all the little cultivation things and stuff like that were all amazing because I was doing a lot of camera work, and I was in there trying to help out and stuff like that. And every single one that I went to was a big hit. So I think you've used your time wisely. That's what I feel like. But that's just me.
Thanks, RickDog.
No problem.
But yeah, well, RickDog has been there. You know what I mean? Because during that process, we were able to do a lot of really fun. I did a lot of freelancing. We did our first live podcast.
Oh yeah.
We did our first live podcast at Exotica.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, Exotica.
Is that this year too?
Yes.
Stop it.
So Exotica was a collaboration.
That wasn't our first one. We did one before that, but I guess
but that was our first paid one by a sponsor. Yeah. Shout out to Kiva Convections. They really supported us and took care of us this year. So shout out to the team there. We love them there. Yes. That we were able to do that for Exotica, which is a sex expo that comes into the area in Chicago, and we were able to team up with a local dispensary there at VeriLife and did a live podcast, and was sponsored by Kiva Confections. And I introduced one of my students who is an OnlyFans entertainer she's full-time, to Mia Tang, and she's awesome. She's really killing it. She's been really busy. I haven't seen her in a while, so I miss her, but she's killing it. So I'm really proud of her. So yeah, that was this year too, which was phenomenal.
No way that was this year.
Yeah, that was in March.
Oh, I'm gonna have to.
That was in March.
We're gonna have to fact check some of this stuff. We have to go back.
It doesn't seem that way, right?
No, that's crazy. That's awesome.
Yeah, that was this year because I was looking at everything.
Okay.
And then on top of that, I did the 93 Boys 93 Girls workshop with the Pole Studio. And so we did I did like a creative directed this like kind of like a music video type of like Women's History Month.
Okay.
Paying homage to, and I did a class with them, and it was really fun. And it was the first time we like really saw like the stuff on like the cameras and like, you know, teaming up. So that was really cool. That was in March too. That month, guys, was.
That was all in March?
Listen, I got laid off from my job.
Yeah.
And I just like went for it. I just literally was just like, shoo. But then there's also the
Crazy.
like, yeah, but that's the thing. I like as an entrepreneur, like this is a 24/7 job. You don't ever get an off button ever if you really want to make it, right? We even took this hiatus and we're going to see a dip, but that's okay. We have to get back on track. But we needed that break, you know? But with that being said, it's like you have to literally go. And it's always, people are always expecting the next thing. So, but, yeah, March was pretty crazy. Yeah. And RickDog, you were along there the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the RickDog Network was working. Okay,
yeah, I was on strike, but I was definitely
not yet. That was sorry. This was March, so this was still, you were still working and helping me out with everything. So shout out to RickDog. But you know what else happened in March too?
Long ass year. Okay,
I know. This is gonna be good for us because I'm telling you, it's gonna be like a reflection. You're gonna be like, oh my god, I didn't realize. Oh my god.
The fact that I don't remember all of this. Anyway, this is fantastic. Go ahead. Keep going.
Also in March, Donald Trump got indicted.
Oh my God! He's indicted for whatever.
Yeah, that was because he got indicted. If you guys are living under a rock,
I'm not under a rock. I don't give a fuck.
He was the first president to ever be charged with a crime when he was indicted by a New York grand jury. And the charges involved payments during the 2016 presidential campaign to silence claims of an extramarital sexual encounter. Oh my goodness. And then of course there's the ongoing
he pulled a Clinton.
Listen, he pulled a lot of things. So allegedly. I'm not going to get involved in that, but
watch out,
that also happened.
Every time I talk politics on here, they knock me off, so be careful. I notice I'm on to them here.
You're on to them?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, truly?
Yeah.
Truly?
I'm on every day for 7 months.
I know.
I figured them out a little bit. Yeah, go ahead. I'm just joking. Sorry.
Well, Donald Trump, this is like been, he's always been in the news in the sense, and he's always, listen, the devil works very hard, guys, okay? And never sleeps. So he is slowly creeping his way up to whatever he's trying to do. So that was this year, though.
That's amazing.
Also this year, RickDog, we lost Sakuna the chicken.
That was not this year.
Yeah, it was.
That was 2 years ago. 3. Wow.
Yeah, so if you guys aren't familiar with us, we have chickens, or we had chickens.
Now we have a chicken.
Now we have one. But we're going to get more because we love them. And they give us eggs, so it's great.
Yeah.
But yeah, Sakuna, Sakuna the chicken. It's funny because this chicken was named after my sister. So it's like, I got to make sure to distinguish the two different, you know. So yeah, we lost her. She was yellow. She was really sweet. I loved her. And then one day I remember Ricky was just like, she didn't make it. And I was like, oh my God.
Oh, no.
It was so sad,
She was going through some things.
She was. Yeah. She was trying her best.
She did. She was a fighter.
So yeah, we love her.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we did.
And then probably like towards the middle of the year, that's when the unions started to strike their powers, and that's when we started to see, not only did we see, Hollywood, but we saw like the auto factories and like other, so there was just like this, there was just this like union power force that came to be in 2023. And I think successfully, to the sense of like, I guess, for the most part, I think when it comes to the WGA and the SAG-AFTRA, like WGA for sure was really pleased with how they ended things.
Oh, yeah.
And SAG-AFTRA, I guess, could be a little bit, I'm not in either one of those unions, so I can't really speak to that. But yeah.
Everybody seemed very excited about what they were able to get done,
Yeah. I mean,
no
it was.
No doubt about that. You could feel that energy all through that, even up until this moment. So
yeah.
I think they were able to just secure their future, and I think that's all they really were worried about, right? And I think that's they were able to do that and make life a little bit better for everybody else. So yeah, but the future is the big thing. They both sides were able to do that.
Yeah, they wanted to secure where, like you said, this was just not gonna, like, they could have just easily kind of taken care of themselves in the real time, but they were like, we need to set up the next generation.
Together,
If we want to see this industry continue on, it's imperative, it's important that, you know, they got their points across. And and to my knowledge, and to, you know, for the general speak, I think it did. And then so we'll see, you know what I mean? Like, I know the unions, like, they have to negotiate every couple years or so, depends on what union you're in. But that's what we did notice too. That happened.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. And so we were very much, you know, affected by that.
Oh yeah.
Because
about 7 months we were out of
May.
Work.
Yeah. It was May. So it says here that the studios and writers reached a deal that brought their strike to an end on September 21st.
Got it.
So it went from May to September.
And then we were back to filming about November.
Yeah.
Right? So we filmed for about a month, and then we took a week off, 2 weeks off.
Yeah.
But it was a strike, you know, something I've never been through or you know, or supported or anything like that. So it was interesting. You just get into something like that, and then so you have no other choice but to sit and just kind of wait. Wait.
Yeah, because Ricky's not in either. Ricky's not in SAG-AFTRA or in the WGA, but his union was affected by it, obviously, because
we have to support what those two unions are doing, and along with the camera union. And plus, if there's no writers, there's nothing else for us to film. So
exactly,
we just kind of had to sit and wait till the actors and the writers got it done, and they were kind of setting up for our union, who I think here in a couple months or at the end of the season, something was about to come up. So they had to do that in line, and now our union's going to do the same thing. So maybe another strike. You never know. So there's still
it never ends. Yeah. It never ends. I mean, for the most part, you know, I feel like it's doing it for the sake of being fair, right? Yeah. Otherwise, we've seen these powers that be up above that just want to just completely take all the credit and all the money, right? And then
I think just a lot of things have changed over the last couple of years. Things that haven't been, just the problems and issues that were going to rise that needed to be fixed right now. If not, it could just go on with these guys making lots and lots of money, and and cutting corners, because of paperwork and wording and stuff like that. They had to get to it and fix it now, or else if you just let it go 4 or 5 years, it becomes the norm, so that's a huge part of it. So I think everybody did good, and especially we definitely respect everything that was done. And you had no other choice but to sit and wait, and we did, and I'm glad that they got everything done before the holidays. So that
was so important.
It was,
because it was rough.
It still is rough.
It was, it's definitely something that we had to endure, I would say, and we got through it. Everyone got through it, whether everyone was affected differently, so, but yeah, it was definitely one of those moments in 2023 that was,
it was tough,
a trial and error. It was a trying time, but we made it through. Also, though, on a lighter note, we went to Thailand this year.
That was not this year.
Yeah. So Ricky went to Puerto Rico and he went to Thailand.
Yes, I did. Right after the end of the season.
He had 2 trips.
And that's kind of knowing that we were going to go on strike. In the back of my head, it's like, this is probably going to happen. But you know what? I worked hard last season, or in the last few seasons, in this industry. And anticipating that, I wanted to get my parents to Puerto Rico. We did.
Yes.
I was able to do that. That was a tough trip, but still once in a lifetime type of a deal. And then right afterwards, got back and went right to Thailand for weeks.
Yeah.
Couple weeks. So it was crazy. I've never been out of that. I never flew that far before out of the country to Asia, and it was wild. It was a wild year just for that. Go on that trip. Both those trips were amazing. So that was not this year.
It was this year.
This stuff up.
Yes, it was. You went all the way to Thailand. 2 long trips. Actually, no. Our trip there was ghetto. It was like,
it was bad, but
we went the other way. We went like over Europe type of situation. Like we went through.
Went to Germany?
Yeah, I went to Germany, and oh God, I don't recommend going that route.
We had some sausage.
Yeah, we had some sausage in Germany, and we had like a really long, super long layover. It was awful. So, but it was great. When we got there, it was magical. Like Thailand. We went to Koh Samui first.
It was
so we went to
yeah. Oh, yeah.
And if you guys do want to like know about the trips and stuff, we have podcasts.
Yeah, we did.
Go back, scroll back to the on our on Apple Podcast, Spotify. We have we reviewed.
Yeah, we reviewed all of it.
You want some tips or some like knowing how to like travel in Thailand or Koh Samui? If you're interested, you can go back and listen.
That was an amazing trip with amazing food. And
the massage.
The thing I remember the most is the coconut smoothies.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Every day.
This man was so happy because he got to drink a coconut smoothie like on the regular. Like this, he would get it like several times a day if he could, and he did some days. Like if we were just like walking around, there's a market.
It's hot.
Yeah. And it's coconut, so it's like whatever.
It's the smoothie. Oh, it's fantastic. It was the greatest thing I've ever had in my entire life. Multiple times a day.
I was excited for you to be there finally.
And I'm kidding. The massages were amazing. So they had the cheap massages you could get almost every single day.
Yeah.
The lodging, food, everything was cheap. So it was not bad once you get there. I really did enjoy myself there, and I definitely will go back. So
yes.
Definitely Koh Samui again. That was amazing. Thailand was cool.
We got to go to the Chiang Mai. We got to go to like the other part, the jungly part too.
No, just stay on the beach.
Look at him. He does love a beach though. He does love a beach. We'll maybe go to a different beach though. We got to go find a different beach. There's so many There's so many parts of Thailand. But I'm happy you had a good time. It was a good time. Also, one of Ricky's favorite topics of 2023.
What was it?
Ocean Gate.
Ocean Gate.
Remember when that sub? Yeah. That missing sub.
Yeah. I don't talk about that.
Yeah, he was really so. Okay, so in all seriousness, though, it was sad. It was sad because it said somebody. I mean, people passed away, right? But
stupid shit like that.
I mean. It was all over the news in June. So this happened in like June, and so there was
a slow month.
What was that? It was a slow month. Mind you, like this craft, they charged $250,000 to participate on this voyage. So they paid a lot of money to be in this submarine tank that was powered by a PlayStation controller.
That's not how it was powered. That's just how it was
controlled.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
I control a lot of things with a PS, so don't knock it.
Still.
This camera that we're using right now can be controlled.
Still. Right. Yeah, that's a camera. I'm not actually going to like have my life be... First of all, I wouldn't do it. Obviously, it's cost a lot of money, but I'm not going to go to the middle of the ocean. I'm good. I'm good. Like, I don't need to see what's down there. It's down there for a reason. Let it be down there.
Oh, man.
There's a reason why it's down there. Just let it be.
That's just stupid.
Like, why are we going? Like, let's just let it be. So that was in the news for a while, and everybody, yes, RickDog was definitely annoyed by that.
Yeah.
He was just like, "Are we like seriously? I can't go nowhere without hearing about this stupid
I hate hearing
sub."
about stuff like that. Just like, why is everybody talking about this? There's so much other shit that people should be talking about. That's why I remember. But it was
Ocean Gate. Yeah, it did seem like almost like they were putting that out there to like cover like what else?
Why is it called Ocean Gate? Who gave it that?
That was the name of the company.
I'm not. Oh, that's the name of the company. I thought it was like Ocean Gate, like like Watergate. Like I was like, this.
No,
nobody gave that much of a fuck about it.
No one gave a fuck about it that much.
That much, where it gets that type of water.
Yeah, it's called Ocean Gate. That's like the name. Yeah, and it was literally and unfortunately it was 5 people that passed away. So, moving on, because again we're gonna sit here and talk about the damn submarine the whole time, and RickDog's gonna be annoyed. On another note, personal wise, we moved. So I teach at a pole studio. I'm a pole dance instructor. And the studio I was teaching at, we actually moved across the street to a much bigger space too. So when I got back from Thailand,
that was this year.
Yeah, yes, all this happened this year. RickDog. RickDog keeps saying that like, oh, was it 3 years ago? No, this year we're recapping 2023. RickDog. Okay. It's crazy though, right?
Yeah.
It's like I can't believe that all that happened because. Yeah, I looked back to my photos is like huge for me. That's kind of what helps me like remember like what's going on in my life and stuff. Photos, videos, and I saw the difference between the two studios. And so yeah, we moved to a bit bigger studio. It was wonderful. We love our new space. We're so happy there, and yeah, it's great. So that's one plus.
I barely remember the old one. I don't know why.
It was so small. It was across the street, and it was so
it was
small.
like the 2 rooms.
Yeah,
right?
the 2 rooms
yeah.
disjointed. So it was just like, but we made it work. Listen, Mama made it work. I still taught in them 2 rooms,
Great.
and I still made it work because that's what I got to do.
Great.
So, but when it came to, let's see, we did that, and then also Rick Dog's birthday was in July, and so
No way, that was this year.
that was this year. What? This happened again this year too?
I had a birthday this year.
This year, Rick Dog.
Stop it. That's
But this was
awesome.
the year that we went to that cute lake house with Sakuna and the kids.
Yeah,
it was
good.
cute.
That was a good time.
So yeah, we rented this like lake house
July,
in like
fireworks.
Indiana or someplace, and then like it was beautiful. It was nice, and so
enjoyed
it felt very nice to like be all together as a family, waking up and doing activities, and it was nice. So yeah, that was this year too. That's on a personal note.
That was cool.
Twitter became X
Really?
this year.
I feel like I haven't.
That was this year.
I feel like that was a couple years ago.
and Ricky, because Ricky likes Twitter, so
No, not. I mean, I'll be honest with you. Since it's become X, I think
you kind of logged off. You're no longer on it.
You don't see that same that Twitter thing anymore.
Yeah.
So you don't hit it. Like, and you see that. What is it called?
X.
Yeah, I see X. Like, I was like, oh yeah, this is Twitter. Twitter is definitely not as much. But I was never really that big on Twitter.
You liked it for the news.
I did, but over the last couple of years or so, things have changed on there. So,
Oh, a lot. Yeah,
So
from what people told me.
I don't like it's. I've never been that big. It's mostly a Facebook first check in. Like if there's some news that I need to go check on, I'll go to Twitter and then start reading people's.
Yeah.
But it's,
yeah.
Yeah. But that's this year, huh?
That was this year. It became X.
Okay.
Also, Beyonce and Taylor Swift went on tour this year.
No, that was not this year.
And I went to Renaissance and got
That
my
was-
entire life.
I remember
So that's why I was like, oh my God, this year was actually badass, bitch. Like, you went on Renaissance twice. And then I went to see the movie with you.
Okay, I remember that.
Yeah.
That was
and
cool.
yeah, so
Taylor Swift, she's been in the NFL news a lot.
yeah, she has. You want to shed light on that? Because I know nothing about that.
There's nothing.
Because I don't like her, or I don't really be a big sports person.
There's absolutely nothing to be said. We can move on.
Basically, she took over the sports. So
She didn't take it. She just stands in a box and they show a camera on her every once in a while. People
Right.
go crazy.
People go crazy.
I could give 2 shits. I didn't even know she was there.
And then she went on her tour. So, but yeah, definitely that was big as well. George Santos got expelled.
What did he do?
Do you remember anything about that?
No.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, George Santos, he's the freshman. He was the New York Republican.
What did he do?
And yeah, he got expelled from the House of Representatives
For
lying. Like he just all he would do was lie. And so yeah,
wait.
he's the 6th member in history to be expelled, and not only only the 3rd since the Civil War.
I feel like they should all be expelled for that.
I mean, let's be real. So that happened.
Okay. George
Also,
Santos. I felt like that's somebody I went to high school with.
yeah, I mean, he was very, there was a lot of things there, because, allegedly, he's a part of the LGBTQI plus community. However,
He lied.
he was, he was like, had things that he was saying that were possibly transphobic, and then also like he was seen as he was
Oh, I heard about this.
yeah, there were photos of him in drag that came out, and he was like saying that wasn't him, but then it was just this whole mess. So
What is
he got
happening?
expelled. So bye. But we're not done talking about him,
That
I'm sure.
explains more now.
Also, Barbie happened this year, 2023. Barbie, or Barbenheimer. Do you guys remember that? And I think that was such a big impact because remember, this was during the strike, so there wasn't much going on. So now Barbie came out, and then that Oppenheimer movie came out.
Your son.
Georgie, this is like he wants attention. He just came and brought his squirrel in so he could just like lick it and play with it in front of us.
Georgie.
Aw, George.
Keep going, Barbie. You heard enough with the Barbenheimer.
Yes, Barbie was amazing. So
Amazing.
yes, it was. It was a time. It was great, and the movie was great. I definitely was like, I had some like, hesitation towards watching it at first, but when I went to see it, I was like, this is great.
It's a good movie.
Yeah, right? It had a good positive,
It was a good movie.
message behind it and everything. So very, very women empowering, very inclusive, So yeah, it was
Depends
just.
what side of it you're on.
How?
No, I'm just joking. It was a good movie. Actually, honestly, I'll be honest with you. I don't know why, because it was a little too barbied out by everybody and everything. But the movie was good.
It was good. Yeah, it was definitely something that was the direction that was taken.
I have to give credit where credit's
Oh
due.
yeah, phenomenal.
I didn't see the
great.
other the Oppenheimer.
I didn't see that either, but I heard it was just really long and actually really just disturbing and the topic behind it. So I was just like, I'm already kind of sad. I don't need help in that area.
True
so
story.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm good. Also, it was
the people that try to watch both of them on the same day always cracked me up. Like,
oh yeah, they were just like in the theater and they just would pop and just do that.
Why would you watch both of those movies on the same day? They're two different.
You know what I would have done? I would have seen Oppenheimer first and then went to Barbie, because then I want to leave on like that positive note, as opposed to watching Oppenheimer afterwards and just leaving I would have loved to see the opposite.
I just feel after the first one you'd just be, I'm good.
Oh yeah, no, that's too long. That's like 8 hours of filming. I'm good. And then also our 5-year anniversary was this year as well.
There's no way that was this year.
We've been together 5 years.
That's awesome.
Isn't that wild?
Yes.
Does it feel that way?
No, it doesn't feel. It feels like whatever.
It feels like what?
Feels like, I don't know.
Does it feel like 5 years though?
I don't know. I can't say. It feels longer.
It feels longer. Yeah. I was gonna say, I'm like, it feels longer.
Yeah,
or like, really I feel like I stopped really paying attention in the sense of how long, because I just feel like
it's been an interesting, because you had COVID and you had the strike and you had there's been so many firsts, so much. It definitely feels like it's been so much packed into 5 years. It feels like 8 years.
True.
But in a good way though.
Yeah.
So,
I feel like we've had to endure a lot of
5 years.
I feel like the pandemic happening to with us being together, I think it strengthened us, right? And it forced us to cohabitate in the same household together.
Sooner than we,
sooner, right? Exactly. I think way sooner than what we were probably gonna initially do, and so that kind of just sped things up. And then
in a good way. Usually, I think, I don't know. I think we know COVID for relationships either it made them or broke them. So
right.
I don't know. We'll see.
I think we did pretty good.
I think we did pretty good.
We're still working together. Clearly, we're still working together. We're still doing a show together. So that means a lot. And we still have our cat son that's really so cute on the ground right now. Pissed that we're just not giving him attention. And then on top of that, this is a continue. Obviously, this has been happening for very, 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 very long time. And that's the recent conflict between Israel and Hamas happened in October.
That was definitely this year.
That was this year. And so even though this has been a long ongoing war that's been going on, Hamas on October 7th, that's when they basically there was an unfortunate, attack, right, so to speak, and then that started this conflict that we see as of right now. Right now we're sitting on it's the day before New Year's Eve, and so the conflict's still happening, and New Year's Eve. Yep, exactly. So peace to those people. It's unfortunate, you know what I mean. Yes, I can only speak from my lens, and I'm a Black Asian American woman. And, I don't know the full history behind everything that went down. However, I have been seeing just it's so horrific, all the death and that's happening in the Gaza Strip and in the, just in general. I just feel like it's just super sad to me to think that, I don't think it's right to have people be wiped out for this. You know what I'm saying? And so, unfortunately, there have been a lot of deaths, Palestinian deaths. So. Yes. It's really unfortunate. And so I personally, I will speak on I don't know, RickDog can speak whatever he wants to say, but free Palestine. That's where I'm going to stand. And that's it.
I stay out of it, so I'm not.
He always does, though.
I'm not going to comment on it because I'm very ignorant to it.
Right.
And I'm ignorant for mental stability reasons. So, it's my right to not, and I've had this conversation with other people too. It's like, I want the way I am. I I wish for everybody to love each other. So I wish for peace everywhere. So it's just how it'll always be. So I hope, for anything wrongdoing that's going to anybody, I hope that they find a peaceful way out of that. That's the best way I could say that, but I don't get too into it because I have enough issues already.
Yeah. No, it's big. It's deep, and but it's something that we can't ignore. It's literally everywhere,
I understand.
And I've made my stand, and I definitely stand with I believe that Palestine should be free.
I disagree. I feel like you can't ignore it. Because I have.
Well, Ricky,
I live in my own world, and that's
exactly.
Everybody
by your own will. So
I do, and that makes me an asshole, but that's fine.
No one said that. No one said you're an asshole. That's your choice.
Yeah,
that's your choice. And I'm choosing. And that's the thing. Like, you can make your stances, and you can choose to support in whatever way you can. But there are peaceful ways to make your stance. Our power is in our money and where we spend it. So if you want to support, I think truly that's where you can really hit people, is just controlling where you spend your money. And that's as easy as just in general. And if you really want to support something and not support something else, well, do the research. All the companies that we support, they stand by something, and they have people that they fund and they support and donate, so you can kind of see where the money follow the money and go from there, and you can make your decisions. I always now am more conscious in general of where I spend my money, just because I don't have a lot of it. You know what I mean? I'm just like, okay, this is the money I have. Where am I going to spend it? So I always try to support local, small, Black-owned, BIPOC, LGBTQIA plus community. Like, that's all has been huge for me personally, So yeah, if I see a company and it's Black-owned or queer-owned, or I'll tend to gravitate towards like companies like that are, because I know the struggle. It's hard, it's harder. So, and I want to support. I want to put my money where it matters. So yeah.
Absolutely.
But yeah, that was that part of the year. And then Ricky had some pretty big accomplishments this year. RickDog, you became full-time on your show.
That was this year.
This year, yeah.
That was last year.
Well, this is the first year, and then that you got hired on, right? Yeah. And then, but then the strike was.
Okay.
Isn't it? Or no, was it last year?
No, I think it was last. This is my second season.
Okay. Well, then this was your first year, though, that you were Dolly Grip. So that was cool.
Oh, yeah. I was Dolly Grip for the first time. I had some new experiences. I'm definitely.
Oh, and then you also produced as well.
Oh, I did a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah, we did our little side present. During the strike, we were able to do a little bit of our own work.
Mm-hmm. He did camera work. He produced.
Yeah, we made our own little show, The Wreck. So we're still trying to get that out there.
Mm-hmm.
So with my buddy Sam Alvello kind of produced it. Gabe Ramirez was kind of
the host.
The host, some of the talent on there, and it was really good. We did really good. It was surprisingly amazing how we did. I think if we wanted to stick with it, I think it was something that we probably could have make it stick somewhere, but that type of stuff costs a lot of money. If you have an idea and you want to make it, I feel like it's possible, but how serious are you about it? So it costs about, it could be up to $3,000-$5,000 to produce a episode or something like that. And if you want to keep going, you're gonna have to keep 5, 10, 15. So it's all but it was fun. I know that. We had a good time.
Do you think that you'll produce more episodes?
I don't know. I kind of feel like maybe it's something now that we're back to work, maybe something we'll visit in the off season again, because I just feel like it had positive energy. It had the right flavor to it. So I don't know. We'll see. I would love to say, hey, let's try it again. Let's try 3 more episodes this time, Let's go big, But it's all up to some of the people that are involved in it, because it wasn't, it was a lot of work. You're asking, just to do. We produced a lot with just filming in one day, and there's not many people that could have did what we did on that day, and to create an entire episode like that on a run and gun. So,
yeah.
But the only thing is, you're asking a lot from people, donating their time and stuff like that. So it's a lot.
Yeah, it was a lot.
It was fun, and we were good. We found out what we could do with just a few people. I found out what could be done.
Mm-hmm. So people that know what people that are hardworking, know what they're doing, and You don't have to have a big crew. I think that was a huge, like, I remember you coming to me and being like, wow, like, I didn't realize that a small crew like this could have pulled this off, you know?
But you need a very select group of individuals to do it. You need the right people who could do camera, electric, gripping. It could do multiple things on a set, which it's only a handful of people in the city that could do that. And we kind of got them all together that day, and it was kind of special to see what they could pull off like that.
Yeah, definitely.
It really was. It was so that I learned a lot. Even if we don't get the show off and running, I learned what can be done, you know, with a crew. You know, you don't need it. You know, working on a big show, I see a crew of 100, 200, 300 people on a daily basis, and you kind of forget, you kind of just think it needs to be that way. Like, it needs to be this huge machine, but then you scale it back with a few people. It's like, okay, you could do this. So it's interesting. It was interesting. It opened my eyes to a lot of things. That's all.
For sure.
So it was cool, to get in there and do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like you've had it, like, when it comes to like your progression in your craft and what you do with just the industry you're in, filming, producing, audio. Like, you got your show, our show.
Yeah.
You filmed. You've learned so many new things, and then also got to like execute and utilize your skills out in the field. Real hands-on, experience. So that was great.
It was like, almost for somebody who hasn't didn't really go to school for behind the camera work. I've somehow been able to still get a lot of experience, like guerrilla style, and same way people from film school would do it, almost reverse style. Like, I got a job in the big film industry working for a big production, and I learned it on a grand scheme. Now I've been scaling it back and trying to learn what you would learn in school, trying to teach myself. I think we did a pretty good job so far,
Ricky definitely has, like, he does not like talking about about himself.
No, I don't.
Giving him his, he's like, I'm uncomfortable.
No.
Move on.
No, I'm just getting sore. I'm old. I'm also old too, so I sit in my gamer's chair.
True. I will be remiss if I don't if I don't say this huge iconic time of 2023.
What was it?
And I forgot. It was on my list, but I had to go looking back in what month it happened. This happened in August.
What?
The fucking Montgomery Riverboat Brawl, when it came to like, that was huge. So if you guys don't remember, back in August 5th, there was a riverboat.
I've been in bigger brawls than that.
You've been in bigger brawls. Oh, I don't deny that. But this was iconic because so many memes, so many gifs, merch. I mean, there's the black man that was working, obviously doing his job.
I still haven't seen
threw that hat in the air, and he just said, "Let's go," and it was an iconic time, and it happened. Literally in Montgomery, Alabama. You know what I mean? So think about in that, and think about what used to happen in that same area back in the day in our ancestors.
Oh, I know.
How there used to be literal slave trades in that same boat, and then now the ancestors came up, and we had that man's back. Let me tell you. And finally, I mean, that's iconic. That's gonna go down in Black history for sure.
I still have not seen it once.
You see how he is, y'all? Do you see how he is?
And I still haven't seen Will Smith smack Chris Rock.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We got knocked off. Look, we started talking about some shit.
That's you.
I didn't do anything.
Well, I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge it.
We want to take a little break right here because.
Oh yeah, let's take a quick little break
because we got some technical issues.
Little technical issues.
We'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
Thank you so much. I don't know what's going on with it. Let's take 5. I'll figure it out when we get back.
Split thing to exit and then go back out.
I went in here, and then I went to properties. Sorry for some technical issues. Stand by.
We were doing so good.
We were doing great. I think. There we go. Oh no. Yeah. Hey,
yeah.
We're back. Okay, let's finish it off. No breaks.
Sorry about the technical difficulties, everyone. But yeah, so that happened. I had to, mention the Black History moment, okay, and Black Excellence moment. Also, I wanted to acknowledge that I didn't even realize this until it was Black Excellence down. Are you kidding me? He threw that hat up in the air and said, "Let's go." I said, "Sir, I applaud you."
Got me on that.
The Black Excellence. Truly.
So many great things have happened this year. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, that's on one of them for sure.
Black Excellence. Stop it.
When we came to support that man doing his black job, God damn it.
This is where I draw the line. You know what pissed me off is that every comedian went into that.
Oh God, I need to go back. I need to relive that time because it was so velvety. It was so good.
I watched the stand-ups for like a week or two, and everybody was like, God damn it! Like,
it was just great. It was a great time
because I didn't know what they were talking about because I didn't.
You never watched it, yeah. So that's exactly why you won't understand.
I don't give
the
a
Montgomery
shit.
River Brawl,
Get out of
Riverboat Brawl. It was an
it.
iconic time in Black history.
I've seen better fights at Comiskey Park.
Speaking of Black Excellence.
Yes, you said.
I was saying that this is the year, I didn't even realize, babe. This is the year I actually went back I started performing again.
Oh, really? That was this year?
That was this year. I had my first performance back in March.
No way.
After my break. I took this break, obviously, if you don't know.
This has been a really long year.
This has been a crazy year and a long year.
Do you know that this is also the year that the chick shot herself? Sorry. The lady shot herself at Sox Park.
That did happen, right? There was they got shot or something happened. There was an accident.
She shot herself in the leg. They don't want
allegedly.
Allegedly, my ass. They got video of it.
Allegedly.
She had it in her fat jelly rolls.
Allegedly.
And it went off bang. And then
I will be saying that for RickDog. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah, I forgot about that. That happened too.
But more importantly, the Vanilla Ice concert got canceled that day.
Oh my God! What? Why does he know that, but hasn't seen the brawl? Hasn't seen the iconic Alabama boat brawl?
I've been in brawls. I don't need to see brawls.
Whatever.
You know what it is? Honestly, it's no offense to the brawl and the Black Excellence that happened on that day. I just don't like any fights that are videotaped and then broadcasted to the world because younger people see that and they think they have to fucking fight all the time.
Yeah, he thinks bigger on those things.
And that's the only thing. That's why the whole Will Smith thing and all that, all the anytime even they show fights in ballparks and stuff I'm like, stop showing this shit.
Yeah, he hates that.
And that's why. It has nothing to do with the Black Excellence. Go on with the excellence.
Well, we were talking about my excellence and you cut me off.
I'm so sorry.
I was talking about me performing and you cut me off.
Hey.
Talking about, what did you say? You mentioned some lady, whatever. Go. But I performed 9 times. I just did the number.
I cannot believe that was this year. First of all, but you've been amazing. And I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
For making an unbelievable return.
Thank you.
And you've knocked it out of the park. So I was just sorry to change the subject. I was trying to be a comedian and I apologize. That is amazing.
Yeah, because I started back in March. Isn't that crazy? I had my first show back from my height. I took a 2-year break from just performing and really training heavily. And I missed it.
Yeah.
And I had an opportunity. Shout out to Small World Collective. They, again, shout out to the Black queer community here in Chicago. They held it down. I performed with them for a handful of times. That got me back to getting in shape and then performing again. And then there's just been all these more shows that have been popping up more frequently, and I've just been really going for it. And I counted out my gigs for this year when it came to performances, and I was like, wow, I did 9 gigs when I performed.
Amazing. For
pole dancing. And I was like, holy shit, I did that. And I just actually performed a couple of days ago.
Yeah,
on Thursday. That was 2 days ago. That was my last performance.
And it was fantastic.
Thanks, honey. I was the Nutcracker in the Strip Cracker. It was great.
I enjoyed it.
RickDog was there, making it rain on me, supporting me. That's what he does.
Camera.
And so that was basically kind of the highlights that I wanted to bring up. I'm sure I've missed a ton.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure I've missed a ton, and I will be like, Kim, you forgot to say this one. Oh my God, you forgot to say this one. But that just in general, seeing you know, me personally, with where I'm at in my head, you know, and like needing to have a reflection of the year and needing to go back for my own mental health to see all the things that we accomplished and I accomplished, and I needed to see it. I needed to like go back and be like, yo, you actually had an amazing year. I know it feels like it was a shitty year. I feel like it was an intense year, and I feel like this 2023 was a year of setting things up. So a lot of work had to be done. So that way I feel like 2024 can be more fruitful, more abundant, less stress, less hustle in a sense, hopefully for me. I'm putting that out in the universe, and I truly believe that, because I feel like I feel like 2023 was there to set things up for the next year. So that's where I'm going to leave that at.
Yes.
That's my reflection for 2023. And I feel much better about this year than I did even just earlier today, because I just went and reflected and looked at.
Yeah, there was a lot of good things.
Yeah, there was. I was very, you know, because like you said, I can't believe it was this year that I started performing.
Yeah,
I was like, it was this year?
Yeah.
Wow. I was like, I thought I started like fucking years ago already.
Yeah.
But it just feels like this year was 4 years long, even though it was 1 year.
Yeah.
I feel like there were so many things packed in one wild
definitely
year.
felt like just the trip to Thailand, the trip to Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
You know, the whole strike. It was definitely felt a lot longer than some of this stuff felt like it was 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Impressive. I think you should be happy.
I think you should be happy too.
Thank you very much.
You had a very you know, eventful year. You know, you had a lot of big, you know, you got the RickDog Network going. You know, you got to go to two different places. You got to go to Puerto Rico and Thailand.
Yes.
You know, you had some really monumental, like, you know, moves in like your career and filming, and yeah, I think it was good. I think we had a great year, and I think that we have an exciting 2024 ahead of us.
Yes.
We're back, guys, so we're gonna try to get into this cadence now of giving you episodes every week, whether they're audio or live episodes or visuals. We're going to do our best to do that every week going forward. And
you should just do it Saturday nights.
That's what he wants me to do. So we're going to do that, I guess. Yeah. But I'm also going to do some solo episodes too, y'all. So I'm going to actually work on doing more Kimbology solo dolo episodes again. I used to do that when I first started this platform. Yeah. Like back in 2020 when I first started. So yeah, I want to get back to that. I want to have a lot more fun guests on the show. I want to do more live episodes, but on location. So, you know, we did one before at Siren. Shout out to Siren. So I do definitely want to have, you know, Maddie for the studio owner on. I want to have, you know, a bunch of other guests. So we will keep you guys posted on what we have going on. And we are just so appreciative of you guys even caring what we do. We really do. Like, we've been hearing, I've had people like, hey, when are you coming back? I was like, you guys miss us? Like, okay. Like, that makes me feel really good. Excuse me. See, RickDog couldn't even believe it. No, he was like, oh.
I
no, I'm just kidding.
I missed it.
Right?
I was asking, I'm like, when are you?
He has been on me. He was like,
Let's do this.
Are you going to get back to your show? And I was like,
I like your show.
And by that time, you know, obviously, like, I was focusing a lot on performing, because in the last month alone, you know, or the last couple months actually, I've had, I think, the most.
You've been busy.
Yeah.
And I got back to work. So it was a good time. It was a good time to take a little break around the holidays and stuff like that.
Right.
Today's a good day to get it back up and running, just to let everybody know you're going to be back next year better than ever, right?
Absolutely. And we appreciate you all.
Yes.
Anything you want to leave the people with, Ricky?
5 years tomorrow.
Yes.
Bang. That's it.
You guys, RickDog is hitting his sobriety alcohol-free journey.
Excited about it.
5 years going strong. Congratulations, honey.
Thank you very much.
He has not had any alcohol for 5 years. I'm so proud.
Alcohol, not a drop of alcohol.
Aren't you proud of him?
Georgie, you proud?
Georgie, are you proud?
It's been a journey, and I can't believe it's been 5 years either. So it's just like, it feels a lot longer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Snuck up on me. But
it did.
The last couple of days, it's been kind of excited about it.
I remember you talking to other people when you were kind of like going through your journey in the beginning, and they would tell you like they were like 5 years in,
like, oh my
and
God.
you were like, you know, a few months in.
No way.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't even fathom 5 years. But once you get to like 3, you could start picturing it. Like once you get past that first year, I think the sky's the limit. That's what I feel like. After once you see, well, like I haven't had a drink in 1 year, and all of a sudden it's like 3, 4 years, 5. But when people were telling their story in meetings and stuff like that, it was crazy to hear 5 years. So that's now I want to try to get it to 10. And then when you heard people say like 20 and 30 years, it's like craziness. So let's see what we got in us.
I'm so proud of you, babe.
Thank you.
Well, on that's a great way to end the show, y'all.
Yes,
We're going to leave on that high note with RickDog being alcohol-free for 5 years.
I can't believe we did this. You know how hard it was.
Oh, it was so hard. You guys should be so proud of us. And on that note, guys, we will see you guys next time.
We're out of here. Bye. Gotta go.
Bye.
Listening to Kimbology.
Kimbo, aka the traveling chafing queen.
Sexy sustainability.
Meditate, masturbate.